The practice of silent reading, or reading in one's head, is a relatively recent development in the history of reading, marking a significant shift in how text is consumed and understood. Traditionally, reading was a predominantly oral activity, with texts read aloud, even when the reader was alone. This oral tradition dates back to ancient civilizations, where texts were designed more for hearing than for silent review. This reflected the communal nature of reading and the limited access to written materials. In ancient times, texts were often written without spaces between words, making silent reading difficult and necessitating vocalization to distinguish and understand individual words and sentences. Reading aloud was also a way to share information with those who were illiterate, making written text accessible to a wider audience in communal settings. The transition towards silent reading began to emerge more prominently in the Middle Ages, but became more widespread during the late medieval period, with the advent of innovations such as spaces between words, punctuation, and capitalization, which facilitated easier comprehension of written text. These changes, coupled with the increasing availability of texts through the invention of the printing press in the 15th century, made silent reading more feasible and appealing. Silent reading offered several advantages. It allowed for greater privacy, enabling readers to engage with texts in a more personal and reflective manner. Silent reading also increased reading speed and efficiency, as vocalization and auditory processing were no longer necessary components of reading. Furthermore, silent reading contributed to the development of individualism, as it encouraged personal interpretation and direct, intimate engagement with texts. The rise of silent reading also reflected broader societal shifts, increasing the importance of literacy and private study in both education and life. As silent reading became more common, it transformed the way people interacted with text, emphasizing personal engagement, interpretation, and the internalization of knowledge. Today, silent reading is the norm, a testament to centuries of evolving literary practices and cultural values. It represents not just a change in the mechanics of reading, but a fundamental shift in the relationship between the reader, the text, and the act of reading itself, highlighting the dynamic nature of literacy and its impact on cognitive processes and societal development. Thank you for watching.